James Charles just dropped a response video. Now, this is what I wanted to see. James Charles' apology video was awful, and I think was a big reason to why people believe Tati so much, including myself. Now, I don't want to sit here and blame James Charles for anything else anymore. I feel like I've done it enough. I still think James is a prick. Don't get me wrong. I think the way he went about with that waiter guy after getting rejected was a douchebag thing to do. He's a prick, and I do stand by what I said in my last video. But I'm also wrong, and one of the things about this job, and one of the things about being a commentary YouTuber, especially like me, I put my feelings, I wear my heart on my sleeve. How I'm feeling at the time, how I'm genuinely feeling, I will always believe it until I'm proven wrong. And I'm not afraid of being wrong, and I'm not afraid to say I did mess this up as well. I was making videos on James Charles' tour at the time, calling him very greedy. I was angry at James Charles for what he was doing, and then this came out, the perfect storm, and I was all for it. I don't know what it was that made me believe Tati so much, just the way she was. It seemed very genuine and sincere. I'm not clued into the beauty community. I don't know what the hell she was talking about with her vitamins and the sponsorship deal stuff. That was the one part, and I have an old clip, I wish I did, what I literally said, but I deleted it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know much about the sponsorship stuff, and I took that as irrelevant information, when in reality, it was actually super relevant to everything. And for as much as I don't like James, I do owe him an apology. I'm sorry about what I did. I don't feel like what I did was right, adding to that narrative. I did steer away from the sexual predator angle. However, I didn't know this. Someone pointed out to me that I did use the word predator in my video. I used that word so loosely. I did not mean it in the sense of a sexual predator. I don't know why I said it, because if you watch my videos on James, I don't call him a sexual predator. I don't back that narrative, but I just said it in that 1 second of my video, and I really wish I didn't, because that was used way too loosely by me, and that is not acceptable. And again, I do apologize for that, because he is not a sexual predator. Like I said in my Jeffree Star last video, he is not a sexual predator, and it's now been revealed how much of a prick Jeffree Star is and Tati. This drama has just been up, down, up, down. Honestly, my head is just absolutely fucked. I thought it was important to get out of the way first what I did wrong, and apologize to James for that. As a commentary YouTuber and myself, I pride myself in being truthful and not, you know, spewing bullshit. I 100% believe what I was saying at the time, and I'm not saying I disregard everything, but the waiter left out so much information. Tati, she left out so much information. Jeffree Star as a bellend. I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect it. I thought Tati and Jeffree, I was told they're highly regarded in the beauty community. They're massive YouTubers. Honestly, I've never seen someone so blatantly lie on a YouTube video, and I didn't think it was possible. Like, it just didn't go through my head, and it should have. I definitely should have questioned it, and I didn't. However, let's talk about what is said in James's video, because so much stuff has been said.
1 week ago, I uploaded a video to my YouTube channel titled Tati. This video was a direct response to the video that Tati Westbrook uploaded to her channel titled By Sister. Before I say anything at all in this video, I want to make it very, very clear that everything I said in that video in regards to my sentiments towards Tati and my apology, I stand behind 100% and still reign true.
James goes on to explain he was at Coachella for 2 weeks. The second weekend, he got a wrong pass. You know, it was not as high security and more exclusive, and he was with more, you know, regular, not people who aren't influencers.
I texted my manager, Jake, that very same night, asking if it'd be possible to get us in for the next day, since it was already Friday, meaning we're missing the first day of the festival, so therefore we could only go on Saturday. Because it was so last second, we were only able to get VIP tickets, which is not the same as artist, but we headed over anyway and wanted to have a really, really good time.
And he got surrounded, and he felt unsafe, and he wanted to change that, and he couldn't get any tickets. In Tati's video, she claimed James didn't even message her, not even a courtesy message to say, and heads up that, you know, I'm gonna work with a brand that's competing with yours. James showed in the video, he did. Multiple times, he did. A lot of times. And then the whole thing with Tati crying on Instagram about James and feeling betrayed. James also went to reach out to her again so many other times, you know, trying everything to sort the situation out. Tried everything to sort the situation out, and Tati didn't want any of it. She didn't want to talk to him. James also said that Tati made up a complete conversation that never happened. He showed how much he supported Tati's business in the past, and how much he tried to promote and make sure people, you know, knew about her brand, as a good friend would do. But apparently it wasn't enough for Tati, and, you know, working with her competitor, which it wasn't even a direct competitor really. But yeah, and through the DMs he shows, you really can tell, like, Tati really cares. Like, I feel like she would do anything for this business to succeed. And that is the main thing. Tati felt betrayed by James. Going to a competitor, was pissed off, had a lot of pent-up anger, and they just decided to make a video on him, which pretty much blew up. and nearly ruined his career. So now we move on to the birthday dinner.
What did happen is that me, Jeffree, Nate, and my best friend Drew all flew to Seattle to surprise Tati for her birthday on February 14th. That night, we went out to dinner with Tati and James and her whole family, and we're in a restaurant. There was a cute boy across the restaurant that I kept making eye contact with and that I was interested in. And the conversation of dating for me and Jeffree both came up at the dinner table, and we were talking about it for a very, very short period of time. The conversation never got inappropriate. Period.
Tati said that how at the table James was talking about he can't wait to do these sexual things and describing all these inappropriate things at the birthday dinner. James goes on to say that Tati was lying, and then him and Jeffree are just talking about, you know, their dating lives and dating. And then one of the comments which I hated was how apparently Tati apparently said that, you know, he's straight, and he went, "It doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity." Tati twisted and manipulated that to make it sound like James's ego was going crazy, when James in fact revealed with a lot of proof that that was an inside joke between him and her friends, being like, "Oh, I'm so famous now, look at me." And it's funny because I can kind of relate, because I know I've joked about that with my friends before. My friends have joked about, "Oh, Pier's so famous." Like, it's just a joke. I kind of relate to it, and it clearly shows that it was, and I have every reason to believe James now, so I do genuinely think she twisted and manipulated that. He also goes on to talk about Sam the waiter, showing DMs and everything, you know, just to back up what he's saying. Before James got rejected and Sam had the offer of coming over, James was actually really polite to Sam. I actually rate the interaction he had with Sam before. I think he was being very nice, being genuine. You know, in DMs he was saying, like, you know, there's no pressure to do anything, you shouldn't feel pressured, and like, just come over and hang out and see how it goes. My problem with James is how he reacted after he got turned away. It's very easy to be nice when something's going your way. When something isn't going your way, though, that's when, you know, some true characteristics start to show.
Yeah, if my YouTube video does well one day, my friends will say, "Oh my god, James, you're so famous." But literally, if my friend takes a good Instagram photo, "Oh my god, you're so famous." If our boneless buffalo wings at Chili's are extra delicious one day, "Oh my god, these wings are so, so famous." It has nothing to do at all with fame, power, or money, which is what Tati alluded it to being, and it is so frustrating that she turned an innocent and funny inside joke that she has participated in into something so beyond disgusting.
James did act like a prick towards the waiter, I still do think. James went on to say everything was consensual. I never disregarded that. I never thought it wasn't consensual. I always thought it was. I just had a problem with him taking a guy who was bi-curious and then using that to try and get in his head about him being gay when he's clearly going through a lot. James explained it, what he did, as that Sam kept talking to him about his sexuality and kept, you know, trying to, you know, figure out whether he was gay or not. And it kind of just pissed James off because it happens to him a lot. But I don't know, I feel like you should just tell the kid to go figure things out, like James did in the end. He told him that he's not ready and needs to figure things out. That was the approach I think is the way to go, not be like, "You are gay and you need to figure this out, the sooner it is the better." That ain't me, man. That ain't right to me. The waiter baited James with his sexuality though, which really irked me a bit. He claimed he was gay and wanted to talk to James and have a conversation with him just to bait him into FaceTiming him. Damn, like, that's pretty cold, man. And it was illegal as well. You're not allowed to obviously record. I think it varies in states to America, but it's just fucked up thing to do anyway. And then this was quite a chilling part for me. When I heard this, Tati was talking to James about how it looks when he interacts with guys and that people could perceive it differently and twist it and manipulate it. That's exactly what she did. She knew exactly how she could play it out and that she could get people on her side, which she did. She got me on her side. She got the whole fucking internet on her side. She is a piece of work, man. I don't like being tricked. I don't like this feeling I'm having right now. I feel absolutely, I feel I've been tricked into, you know, believing this lady because she was so nice and I just didn't know much about her, so I kind of believed her, and like, shit, man. Yeah, it sucks. And then Jeffree Star confirming it in the tweets, that was it for me, really. I felt that was like, has to be true now. Two massive influences, but that's the worst thing about it. I don't talk about beauty community stuff. I don't know the beauty community. I didn't know how much of a prick Jeffree Star was, so I made my last video. James also went on to say that he reached out to all the guys that he inappropriately messaged or made them feel uncomfortable and said apologize for what he did, which I commend, man. That's a good thing to do. If you make someone feel uncomfortable and you apologize for it, you know, that's a good thing to do. You don't have to. I don't think you have to. I mean, if you just said hi or whatever, like, you're hot, that can make someone feel uncomfortable. If he pressured them, obviously, but I've heard none of that. He then exposes Zara Larsson pretty hard. She made a tweet. She's a massive musician. She made a tweet about, you know, that James hit up her boyfriend and he knew very well he was straight. James showed that it was one DM saying he was hot. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. That's just normal human behavior. And then he didn't even know it was Zara Larsson's boyfriend, and she ran with it, you know, as we all did. But it was even funnier, and this is a good point by James, that the way she got her boyfriend was by tweeting out stuff like how James was sliding in the DM. There's really no difference between what you both are doing. I don't know how she could have called him out for that, but I think she just, you know, wanted likes and I also really like that James addressed the fake screenshots and stuff, because that really pissed me off. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video before, but that really pissed me off. The fake stuff, I hated that. No one deserves to go through all this fake stuff. And then James gets into the juicy stuff with Jeffree Star. And damn, man. He shows a text of Jeffree Star listing, like, all the ways in which they're gonna get him and cancel him. From that, it just sounds like a business move, and that they can't wait to cancel James, someone else is a competitor, and make him, you know, irrelevant and let them rise up. Because, you know, people love James Charles. People watch James Charles over Jeffree and Tati. If he's out the picture, if his reputation is tarnished, these people have nowhere to go. Jeffree or Tati will be the next bet.
And ask if there was something going on that I should be aware of. He replied to me and he said that it was not about me and that it was about another brand stealing his ideas. This message was in a voice memo, which has since disappeared from the screenshot. You'll just have to believe me. I have literally no reason to lie at this point.
Jeffree Star as well, when he went off on James's brother, you know, telling him to shut the fuck up and that, you know, the brother's a predator. It's revealed that the brother wasn't even talking about the online drama. Man. That's so bad. Then Jeffree Star was then going around and insanely, this is ridiculous, and Jeffree Star's a prick, man, messaging James's best friend, saying that how can they be friends with him? He's a pedophile and a predator. Where did the pedophile accusation come from? That is insane. A pedophile. I don't know anyone who called him that during his drama, but if you did, fuck you. Jeffree was trying to claim that the interactions weren't consensual with the waiter, that he forced the waiter to stay, when the waiter in his video admits himself that it was all consensual. He was curious. He wanted to try out with a boy. Like, that is an insane message. Jeffree Star going around twisting it, trying to get people to turn on James Charles so badly. Probably why he deleted so many tweets, man. It then got revealed that Tati and Jeffree also arranged they want to meet up with James Charles and fix it. James has tried to reach out to them before and says that, you know what, he had to do this publicly first because they all did it publicly. You know, for me, it sounds like Tati and Jeffree panicked and wanted to stop him making a video because his apology video was so bad. They probably thought they had him backed up into a corner and then, you know, thought they could go and message him and thought they could go and meet him before anything else comes about. I, for one, am really glad James made this video. His apology video, man, it done him no favors. And I wish this video was the video he released, not that one, man, because he literally just admitted to everything and didn't challenge Tati on anything. And he comes back with this video proving everything was a lie. But why didn't you say that in the first apology video? Why did you submit, you know? And that's something I took as proof that, like, I said it in my video. James Charles' apology confirmed the way. That was the one thing I took away from it, was that this pretty much confirms what Tati said was real. Because if that was me and someone was calling me all these things, I would go ballistic. I wouldn't lie that. I would go ballistic. I would make an apology video saying, oh yeah, like, I would make an apology video pretty much admitting it and, like, not challenging it. That is his fault. The apology was awful. But I don't think anyone, I think he's had enough, man. I think, and I feel bad about it. Like, he doesn't need to have any more. You know, he's proved his innocence easily. He's shown what a manipulative prick Tati is, and Jeffree, the absolute bellend. I think James Charles is a bit of a prick. I think the way he acts, you know, after not getting what he wants, it's probably an ego thing. He's so rich, he gets what he wants all the time. The waiter didn't give him what he wanted. But like I said in the start of my video, I did mess up as well. I got things wrong, and I believed people when I should have waited for more evidence to come out. But I'm in the commentary community. I got consumed by the fact that, you know, you got to talk about topics, you know, pretty quick. Topics die out quickly, and I wanted to get my opinion across. I believed everything because of the apology video, Tati's video, Jeffree's tweets. For me, that was enough. It shouldn't have been enough, but it was. That was enough for me to form my opinion on James. And I was making videos before, so I was amped up on James already. And I was celebrating at the video when it first came out, kind of celebrating jokingly. Obviously, it's a joke. But it was because I hated what he was doing with the tour. I hated how much he was charging his fans and claiming it was for the fans. And Tati calling him greedy was, like, matching up with my opinion, so I like that. But yeah, I am one who I will always say when I'm wrong. I don't mind saying I'm wrong because it happens. Everyone's human. I'm not saying my 2 James Charles videos, I'm not saying what I've said in the videos all is wrong, but I did get things wrong and added to the narrative that wasn't true. That's just the way it is. But like I said, though, there's points in my video that I stand by. My main thing was about the bi-curious twisting at and manipulating his mind into, like, thinking he was gay. The smallest thing could lean in one way, and that's what I didn't like. I think people deserve to discover themselves naturally. Don't interfere with that shit. But anything like sexual predator, which I did say, but I didn't back that narrative. I should never use that word loosely, and for that, I apologize. That was not right for me to say. That is it for today's video, man. This has been one of the most mental weeks of YouTube drama I can ever remember. I'm pretty exhausted about this James Charles stuff. I hope it can get put to bed now. James has exposed what Tati and Jeffree are just assholes. Fooled me. She fooled a lot of people, but big up to the people she didn't fool, and to the people who made videos. The video I first saw really going against this was from Willie Mac. He made a video pretty much calling this for what it was, which I did not see at the time at all. So big props to Willie Mac. That's something I think I will improve on in the future, and definitely take more situations with a grain of salt. I mean, I pride myself in when I make videos, I always have evidence and stuff to back it up. For me, it was just a combination of these factors that made me form my opinion so strongly, and I realized that it wasn't the right opinion. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.